So there are nearly 30 LEGO Star Wars sets that are retiring at the end of 2023. If you guys want to go check out all of those sets, I do have a video on my channel from a couple weeks ago. Today, though, I want to pick out the top 10 LEGO Star Wars sets that are retiring that I personally think might go up in value post-retirement. So let's talk about it. So welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars video, and today I have a very quick video for you guys. A lot of you guys have been asking for my thoughts and kind of, deeper dives on a couple of these retiring LEGO Star Wars sets as to pretty much, my opinion on which ones might perform the best post-retirement. And, this video will, look, a couple things. If you guys want to take this video, not as financial advice, but if you guys want to listen to my opinions and, vote with your wallet and, see if you guys want to pick up a couple of these things to, say, sit on for a couple months or a couple years and try to make some money, feel free to do so. Or if you guys are just a regular collector and you guys kind of want to know, my opinions on what to try to pick up, kind of ASAP, so you guys don't have to pay, marked up aftermarket prices post-retirement. This is pretty much that video for you. So here are my top 10 that I personally think will probably go up in value the most, the quickest. As always, if you guys have different opinions or different thoughts, leave them down below. I'd love to hear them and start discussions. Let's start off, guys, with my number 10 spot here. This is the LEGO Star Wars 75335, the BD1. So in my opinion with this one, I think it's a pretty niche set. Only so many people play, the Jedi Fallen Order games. But if this really does end up being the only Fallen Order set that we ever get, I think, if we get another game from them, which is pretty much confirmed at this point, and if we ever see, Cal and BD1 cross over into some of the TV shows or the movies, I really do think, once BD1 becomes even a bigger household name, if they really don't make him ever again, in minifigure form or, buildable character form, I think that set itself, let alone the figure in there, will probably perform pretty damn well. So there's my number 10 spot right there. Number 9, I have the LEGO Star Wars 75327, the Luke Skywalker's Red 5 helmet set. So this one right here, I'm going to put on the list because I do think it's been a little slept on, throughout the almost 2 years of being on the shelves. I think a lot of people initially said it looked kind of ugly. People weren't really digging it. I personally have kind of grown on it. I think it looks, perfectly kind of fine. I think it was kind of maybe an awkward choice to begin with, but the designer, did a pretty good job on it. And pretty much where I'm putting this at is I do think, again, people might have slept on it. They're going to maybe regret it, later on. And, also it is an OT, set where, for years and years to come, the older generations and even the newer generations that get into the original trilogy, you are going to want that set. It's a Luke Skywalker set, arguably the most kind of, popular character in Star Wars. But moving on to my number 8 spot here, I have the LEGO Star Wars 75309, the UCS Republic gunship. And I'm putting this a little bit higher on the list because it is just the truth of the matter. It's a pretty expensive set. Me, myself, I've personally got my built one. I've got 2 sealed ones, mainly because I just love the UCS set. Like, I just want a sealed copy nonetheless, and I picked up an extra one when it was on sale a couple weeks ago. And the thing is with this, I think we can all agree to ourselves, at least for the foreseeable, 10, 15, 20, 25 years, I do not see, LEGO Star Wars remaking a UCS Republic gunship. I think, as is, prequel sets, there's only so many you can really do. Understandably, I don't think they're going to make like a UCS ATTE or, UCS turbo tank. And I think, even just getting back to the gunship will take them at least probably 2 decades or so. So throughout that entire time, everyone that did not pick it up yet, all the new, prequel and Clone Wars fans that show up, I got a feeling, compared to some of these other sets, at least we get, an X-Wing in 10 years and some of these other things, although, there have been actually some sets, even like the TIE Interceptor coming out next year, that's a 20-year gap right there, and that's OT even. So, truly, I think it might be 20, 25 years until we get a UCS Republic gunship remake, if ever. So, I do recommend on a big set like this, if you want to pay regular retail and not have to worry about it, I would pick it up during like Black Friday time or December time. But there's kind of my thoughts on that one. Next up, we have number 7 here. We have LEGO Star Wars 75339, the Death Star trash compactor diorama. This one right here I'm putting on the list, and you'll notice I did not put the Dagobah one on this list. I'll kind of spoil that now. I think the Dagobah one throughout the past year and a half has been on sale quite often. It's actually on sale on Target and Amazon right now. Not to say it's going to be a bad set. It is a fantastic Classic set, it is my #1 favorite diorama set they've done so far. I think if you're just looking at it from a value perspective, whether you want to, collect it for yourself, I highly recommend picking it up now. It's, like 35 or 36% off, which is, just a great deal for me being able to just pick it up on a whim. But also, I think it's just the fact, I think it's allowed a lot more people to get it. So if you have not picked it up yet, if you're kind of worrying about getting it, or again, if you want to sit on a couple of them, I don't think it's going to be the craziest performer or raise that much in price, because I think a lot of people that want it, initially right away already picked it up. And, that's why I do have the Death Star trash compactor on here, is I do think the dioramas will continue, the first wave of them, those 3. I think nonetheless, if they continue the diorama series for the next, 3, 4, 5 years, a lot of people are going to want to go back and get those OG ones, I feel. The people in 2026, when they get their first diorama, they're going to be like, ooh, I really like this. Let's go back and get those those OG3. And of course, they're long gone and retired at that point. So there's the trash compactor. Moving on, number 6, we have LEGO Star Wars 75338, the Ambush on Ferrix. This one right here, basically, my 2 cents on it is it's a Target exclusive. Rarely ever went on sale. It's been 20% off. I think one other time, and it's currently 20% off right now. I think we all know, Andor is a pretty controversial show, in the fan base. I think, right now there's a pretty big, divide in people that like it and don't like it. But I do think, even myself included, I think, once Andor season 2 runs around, next year, and, I do a rewatch of season 1, and other people say catch up on season 1, whether they watch it for the first time, or, they did not like it the first time and they might like it the second time. I do think the Ambush on Ferrix might be one of those sets that gets, popular again in 2 or 3 years, pretty much after season 2 comes out, and right around that point. So I think between being exclusive, rarely on sale, and then also season 2 coming out, that might be a pretty good set right there, and you should probably pick it up right now for 20% off. Next up, same thing, Target exclusive, currently 20% off right now, the first time ever. We have 75342, the Republic fighter tank. So I'm putting this one right smack dab in the middle here, because this could really go either way. Again, if you want to talk about getting it for yourself, great deal right now for 20% off. If you want to stock up on 3 or 4 of them, it might go a smidge cheaper on Black Friday, but nonetheless, I would pick up a couple right now at 20% off. You're really not going to lose. But talking about, value perspective going forward, it's the tale as oldest of time, or whatever people say. It's like, is it over hoarded? You know what I mean? A lot of people brought that up. People are talking about it. Again, everyone has kind of been hyping this setup for the past year. Does everyone have 50 of them? Is the supply going to be crazy throughout the year? So me personally, look, I'm probably going to, hate myself in 3-4 years when it's a, $200 set. But at this current point, I'm not going crazy on the fighter tank. I think it's, again, a great set for your collection, a nice little army builder. Probably obviously will gain some value. I mean, it's a clone trooper set. So that's why I'm putting it kind of smack dab in the middle. I think it could kind of go either way. It could go super crazy, or it could be on the lower side. Next up, we have the 75329, the Death Star trench run diorama. From what I know, it's a Walmart exclusive. Am I right on that? I thought it was a Walmart exclusive when it first came out. And I looked around, and the thing is, I only see it at Walmart. It's only available at Walmart, and I'm 99% sure it's a Walmart exclusive. So that's why I'm putting this one. Arguably, it's the worst out of the 3, OG ones. But I think being at Walmart, and in my opinion, rarely ever on sale. I mean, I was very fortunate, and at a local Walmart about 30 minutes away from me, a couple months ago, I was able to pick up I think 5 or 6, I think for like $35 each. It might have been half off, or 45% off or whatever. So I was pretty fortunate. But other than that, direct to sales, I think it's been 20% off, of course, but really nothing much more than that. So I think, again, on top of it being an OG diorama and a Walmart exclusive, I got a feeling it might do pretty well. And again, you should probably pick it up before it's too late. So then moving on to my top 3 right here, which all kind of share the same thing right here. We have number 3, 40539, the Ahsoka Tano BrickHeadz. In my opinion with this one, sure, it's been on shelves for about 2 years. It is, a Clone Wars version, so, it's not going to directly correlate to seeing Ahsoka, in upcoming shows or movies. Is not, the live action Rosario Dawson Ahsoka, but it is Ahsoka Tano nonetheless, a very popular character. And again, LEGO Store exclusive, big one there, where you have to get it on Lego.com or in person at the LEGO Store. And I like BrickHeadz personally because you know, me doing a lot of like shipping over the years and stuff, like you can ship that in a very simple, you know, 8x6x4 box, you know, cost you, you know, about $4.50 to $5, you know, now ground advantage, you know, for old first class mail. And that's kind of my thoughts on it. I just love the fact, you know, one of my biggest gripes with shipping out sets, again, whether it's to friends as gifts, you know, stuff I sell, you know, it's always finding that right box size. You know, getting the right box size and stuff just irks me all the time. I seem to just, again, with having these awkward Lego size boxes, you got to sometimes, you know, combine one or two boxes together or cut them down. It gets pretty annoying. So for me personally, the Ahsoka Tano BrickHead, I love doing those little BrickHeads and just buying 20 or 30 of them because, again, you can kind of just put them right in the box, slap the sticker on there, you know, cheap shipping, and kind of just get it out the door right away. So I do like that. I think there's a lot of good things going for it. Moving on to BrickHeads, you know, speaking of BrickHeads, actually, we have number 2 here, 40623, Battle of Endor Hero BrickHead. Another thing, Lego Store exclusive, only going to be on shelves for like 8 months. And it's an OT, you know, BrickHead. You know, again, people for years to come, OT fans, you know, new and old, are gonna, I feel, you know, really like it. Short shelf life, and I got a feeling it might actually go somewhere pretty crazy, maybe. You know, again, if you have not picked it up yet, it's retiring at the end of the year. It's only been on shelves for 8 months. Highly recommend it. If you need it for yourself, grab it now, because I do think that one will probably go up pretty fast. And then moving on to the first one right here, probably kind of like the new normie pick, and maybe a little bit of an awkward one, but I just love this set. I mean, when you guys see my 2023 Star Wars sets ranked video, you guys will realize this is a pretty high up on my list. Like, I think it's a top 5 of the year, maybe even top 3. That being the 40658 Millennium Falcon Holiday Diorama. And, you know, look, same thing could be said. Is it going to be over-hoarded? Possibly. But truly, I can say from the bottom of my heart, I love this set, man. Again, sequel trilogy or not, that really doesn't affect me at the end of the day. You know, the sequels need some sets on the shelves. Just, I think, again, whether you want to believe that or not, it's the cold, hard truth. We need some sequel stuff on the shelves. It's Star Wars. It only makes sense. There's a market for it. Don't hog the shelves, but one time a year is perfectly fine. And my opinion, the biggest thing I love about this, man, is a 3-month shelf life. Okay, October, November, December, then it's gone. So that is something that I think Lego Star Wars should be doing way more of. Not on everything, but, you know, 2 or 3 times a year. Just give us something. Like, even if it's like, you know, May 1st, you know, all the way through August, like just the summer. Like, give us like a, you know, next year, give us like Stormtroopers on the beach, man. You know, give us a $30 Stormtroopers on the beach, you know, diorama, and to have it out for May, June, and July. You know, I love them doing stuff like this because, again, it's not exactly an exclusive in the regards of, like, again, you know, anyone can go in there and get it. It's not like an SDCC exclusive or one of these, you know, online things like celebration stuff where, you know, if you're not on your computer at 1 in the morning, you know, on a Monday trying to, you know, pick up 3 of them and they're gone in 5 minutes. Like, it's not one of those where, you know, you could argue it might be unfair, you know, for some consumers, but like this right here is like the perfect mix of like, dude, like 3 months, you know, $30, like you can afford it. Like, you can get it. Like, believe it, if you want the set, ask for it for Christmas. Go there and grab it. Mow a lawn, you know, early October, and then go, you spend that $30 there. Like, I think is a perfect median here. So, in my opinion, you know, look, whether or not this thing goes up in value or not, I really don't give a damn. I just truly do love this set, and I recommend it to anyone. And I do recommend, you know, just, you know, for the sake of it, maybe grab a second one. You know, whether you want to just keep it, sell it, look at it, whatever you do, grab 1 or 2 of them. I highly recommend it. Definitely a fan favorite of mine. So that is everything for today's video. Definitely, I think, rambled on a little bit longer on a couple of those than I was hoping, but nonetheless, there are 10 LEGO Star Wars sets that I personally think will probably be going up in value pretty quick after retirement, so you should definitely pick them up now. There's some great sales on them. You know, check Amazon, check Target, and you know, Black Friday coming up. I think, again, for your own collection especially, if you have not picked up any of these yet, get them this month. Get them before Christmas, before it's too late. And that is everything for today, guys. Leave your thoughts down below. Which retiring sets do you think are going to go up in value the most? And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys, and stay safe.